All right. Howdy. Welcome to the 2022 NHL Draft recap video for the Calgary Flames. The Flames are another one of these teams where you can immediately tell the type of team that they want to be, and you can immediately tell that this was a Daryl Sutter draft, and you can immediately tell that the Calgary Flames just want to be a team like the guys they're drafting. At 59, they drafted Roni, who I had ranked right in that range at 62. I like Roni. I just don't think he's anything more than a third-line NHL center. He gets up and down the ice pretty well. He's pretty fluid, decent passer in terms of simple passing and getting pucks around the ice decently, good sort of pre-pass skill to create passing lanes and such, but it's not very sort of complex or high level. Just a very simple, effective meat and potatoes guy. He's got size, he's strong, and he gets up and down the ice pretty well. So you know what? If you get like a Trevor Lewis type guy, like, Daryl Sutter loved a guy like Trevor Lewis in LA when they won those cups. Maybe there's something like that. So I just see this as definitely a situation where the Calgary Flames have sort of identified a philosophy and are going to start sticking to it, because they also drafted Parker Bell. Tell me if you've heard this story before. Someone who is big, physical, no nonsense, and a simple but effective game. That's Parker Bell. I found that he resisted pressure pretty well. He battles for scoring position quite a bit, and he works hard. I think his skill and the deception that he brings with his skill level and the upside style puck possession game, it's not really there. I think that could hold him back. But I mean, look, a bottom of your lineup guy who can play a role and just do basic hockey stuff, Parker Bell could be that. But I just did not see enough where I'm going, yeah, this is definitely a guy I'm targeting in the draft. But it's also 155th overall, so what do you want from me? If you get anything, then you're good, and maybe there's something with Parker Bell. Cade Littler at 219, I don't know. If you see something with a guy, then you see something, but I did not. I saw some flashes of skill and transition here and there. He's big. He's quite young as well for this year's draft class. He's in the youngest quintile of player in my tracking. He had a few nice seam passes I caught here and there as well. But again, I don't really have that many expectations for Cade Littler as a 7th round steal as he is now. It's not impossible, but I think the road is pretty long ahead. But when I look at the Calgary Flames, I don't see a ton of real NHL lineup upside, but I do see a bunch of guys that can do similar things maybe in the NHL, which is get up and down the ice, play hard, play physical, make simple plays, and who knows what comes from that. So there's nothing wrong with that, but they're not going to show pretty well based on what they could have drafted in this year's draft, especially at 59. Like, I like Roni, but I thought there were higher upside players, even if they weren't quite the fit in Calgary. I look at Calgary over the last few years and go, look, you waived Oliver Shillington, and he turned into one of your better offensive defensemen in this year's team. So they're happy adding guys like Oliver Shillington over the years, but they're not really great at incorporating them until they have to. And when I look at this, they go, oh, well, Roni, I think they'll have no problem incorporating. Same goes for Parker Bell or Cade Littler, and they'll give them a go maybe at some point in the future. But, look, it's not my philosophy, but I can see maybe the appeal of it. I think for Calgary, they get a strong 3C. I like the Roni pickup. The rest, I don't know. Where do they sit? They sit right between Boston and LA. Maybe they could fight a little with Boston in my viewpoint, but relative to Florida, who didn't start drafting until the 90s, I liked it more than LA. I think I like the Roni pick where they picked him. But yeah, they're on the sort of bottom part of things, even though they didn't draft that much. So that'll be it for the Calgary Flames. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the New York Rangers. So we'll see you then. We're getting down to it. There's 4 left with a bonus video coming at the end. And we'll see you then. All right, see you tomorrow.